Alrighty, so today, before a little bit like a week before the official stream for the reveals for the Part 2 LRs, I want to do a predictions video and open up a discussion with you guys in the comment section below. What do you guys think the Part 2 LRs are going to be? What I have here is the roadmap to kind of give you an idea. Now, I'm not going to be filling this in. I'm just going to be talking about what we know, what we don't know, and sort of going from there. Now, what we need to do is sort of fill in some of these boxes to get started, and that will help deduce what I think it could potentially be. So, first up, Dragon Ball GT. There are 2 spots eligible, as we can tell by the color coding here, and we have a pretty good guess on which this box is going to be. I'll kind of zoom in a little bit so we can focus on it, where my cursor is at. This box is going to be LR Super Saiyan 4 Goku and Vegeta, aka Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta, the 7-year anniversary LR. This guy is very likely going to be getting his Easy A, so that means GT is all covered to Super Saiyan 4 characters, and we are good. Now, we need to focus on the Saiyan Saga. Now, with the Saiyan Saga, you can tell this is a sort of like a flash in the pan thing, but I think that there is some validity to this sort of concept. You can tell by the size of the box, it is not as big as this one, that these two are not going to be new summonable LRs. So 2 Saiyan Saga Easy A's, who is a 7th anniversary Saiyan Saga character. There are 2 of them. It is Goku and Vegeta. It fits the theme. STR Kaioken Goku, and then Tech Grade 8 Vegeta are going to be the Saiyan Saga slots. So we have these 4 where my cursor at are all filled out. Now, moving on to the Namek Saga. This is the same case here where these boxes are basically the same size as the Saiyan Saga boxes. So this likely means a conjoined Easy A for 2 characters. And I think that is going to be in Namek Goku as well as AGL Full Power Frieza. So we have that done. That's already up to 5 boxes all filled out, and I'm feeling pretty confident about them. Now, one thing to note with these next 2 is we actually have some bigger boxes here, right, with the Android/Cell Saga, and I think that is important to note. I think that one of these characters, more than likely, is going to be a Super Saiyan 2 Gohan from the Cell games. Now, we have not seen a Super Saiyan 2 Gohan from the Cell games as a character, a named character, not in an active skill, not in a counter, right? An actual Super Saiyan 2 Gohan since 2019, so it is definitely time for us to get a new version of this character, and I think that the 10th anniversary is going to be a perfect time to do so, so I do think that is going to be one of the characters. Now, one of the other things that we have to keep in mind is that we are going to be looking at the Super Easy A's, right? So we do know that if I scroll down here, that the original Dokkan Fest Tech Cell, right down here, he is going to be more than likely getting his Super Easy A, as he has, what's the word, right? He is on the banner for Gogeta and Janemba, and at the time of me recording this, their Super Easy A's were just confirmed, so this cell is coming down the pipeline more than likely. It's just a matter of time. So good thing to keep in mind there, this cell will be getting a Super Easy A, so that covers 2 of the 3 Android/Cell Saga slots, and I don't know who the next Super Easy A would be, because this is more than likely going to be a Super Saiyan 2 Gohan. I think this is going to be Tech Cell, and then we are kind of in limbo for that 3rd slot. It might be a free character, I'm not sure. So we do have to keep that in mind. That is what I think is going to be the case for the Cell Saga. Now, we come down to the Dragon Ball Z movies. Now, all 3 of these spots are filled. You guys know, I'm not going to really talk about this too much, because you guys know it's they don't really want you talking about it much. So Part 2, something happened with Part 2. I'm assuming most of you watching this video know about it, but if you don't, I won't spoil it for you. But just know they are from a movie. And that is going to account for one of the spots, and then the other 2 spots are going to be the STR Gogeta and the Int Janemba Super Easy A's. So that is basically a whole thing of the board right down here, cut it down the middle, or not cut it down the middle, but cut it down 3/4, and that is what we are going to be looking at. Now, looking at this other side over here, we have Dragon Ball Super. We have 2 slots for summonable characters and then 1 Easy A. Now, in my opinion, one of the characters is going to be it could be one of two options here that I'm feeling really confident about, and then the rest is kind of a bit of a crapshoot, right? I think when we come over here, the first thing I want to talk about is the Universe Survival Saga. Now, who could it potentially be from here? We just got an Evolution Blue Vegeta this year. Last year, towards the end of the year, we got a Tech Ultra Instinct Goku. We just got a new Jiren. We have 2 other good UI Goku and Evolution Blue Vegetas. We got Easy Ace for the Reps of U7 characters, right? We got Topo. So really, to me, that leaves like one significant character that we technically don't have in the game still, and that is going to be Goku and Frieza, right? Or Goku, Frieza, and 17, excuse me. So if we have those characters, we can add them in, and I believe that potentially could be one of the LRs. Now, is that a guarantee? Absolutely not. I think another potential option here would be under the superheroes team. It would be a standalone version of Orange Piccolo. It wouldn't be a giant form this time around. It would just be the smaller version of him that fights against Gamma 2. You know, we would probably see like a nullification or a counter animation that would be the sort of, I don't know if iconic is the right word, one of the more memorable frames from the movie where Gamma 2 punches him and then he just kind of eats it and just looks at him, right? Where he's like, what the hell was that? I think that potentially could be something that we see. And that would be really exciting. I think a standalone Orange Piccolo would get a lot of people excited. It would work very well with UI Goku, with Beast Gohan, Evolution Blue Vegeta, even though he's just okay, right? Would be a really nice character, and he would fit on a lot of teams. If we open up this Piccolo right here, this guy would be an ace for the Bond and Master and Disciple. This guy is, I believe, on Worthy Rivals. Yep. Like, look at all these teams here that are getting help, that are going, and guess what? Successors, this category right here, it's gonna need it. Like, this is not a good team by any means. This is not a good team. Right. So what we could do to make this a good team, so just pretend that, let's just pretend Demon King Piccolo is Orange Piccolo just for the sake of this discussion. We have Orange Piccolo. We have this version of Piccolo right here. So that's your rotation. These two guys will probably be insane together. Maybe this guy, like Orange Piccolo, gives like crazy support and it brings this guy back. We have Evolution Blue Vegeta. We have another Evolution Blue Vegeta. We have Tech Vegito. And then we have someone like Zamasu or something. This Grade 8 Vegeta Easy A. This could potentially work out pretty well. But again, this team is definitely in a bit of a spot. You would want to have this guy, probably these two as a rotation, like Vegito with Angel Vegeta. I think that could work pretty well because it would help trigger Angel or Super Saiyan Vegeta's unit super attack. So I think that would be very good. So Orange Piccolo, Goku and Frieza, and 17 for Super. I think those are two potential high spots for that spot. So again, let's just pretend this is Orange Piccolo right here as one of the characters. And then we have two spots for Easy A's or banner units. Now, the common theory is that the banner unit will be a failed fusion between Goku and Vegeta in the Dragon Ball Super Broly movie. And I tend to lean that way. I think that would make a lot of sense for the overall theme of the anniversary because of fusions and stuff like that. It would help fill the fusion quota for part 2, aside from what like potentially could be another fusion in part 2, because you guys know how it goes, right? The thing is like when there's an anniversary, when you have a fusion, there's more than likely a counterpart to that fusion. So I think there would probably be another banner unit that would go into that spot. Maybe if it's from like the Super Broly movie, maybe it's like a God Vegeta or a Wrathful Broly, or it could just be, like I said, a failed fusion of Goku and Vegeta. Definitely a high chance for a banner unit. And then last but not least, for the 7th anniversary slot, or the super slot, will be the 7th anniversary LR Easy A. I think that would be a very good like choice for an Easy A, right? Because obviously with this GT spot up here, it's going to line up perfectly. So like this is going to be the LR Gods, this is going to be the LR Super Saiyan 4s, and that is going to put us in a very good spot for the anniversary right now. Now there's one thing I didn't talk about, and this is a bit of a fan theory here, but I'm starting to kind of like agree with it and it's picking up a little bit of traction, and I kind of like it. But what if for the spot right here, so like we have, like I said, this is like a potential Super Saiyan 2 Gohan, and then this is the Easy A for Tech Cell. What if we got the Super Easy A for Super Saiyan 2 Gohan? I think that would be super exciting. You know, this is like one of the OG summonable LRs. This is an extremely hype character, and it would fit in very nicely with the theme that they are going for in terms of like the history of Dokkan. You can't write the history of Dokkan without the Super Easy A for Gogeta, which we talked about, which is, you know, like right here, the Janemba Super Easy A, right? I think that would fit in pretty well. This Vegito was a staple to Dokkan in terms of like when he came out, because he was kind of like the next step from STR Gogeta. And then you have a character like this Gohan here, who at the time, you know, obviously the animation was a bit of a meme, but like just having like that extra super attack and the walking Kamehameha was just, it was pretty crazy, right? So I think that that is definitely a high potential option for a Super Easy A. And with that, we come to a conclusion on what part 2 is going to look like, in my opinion. So to round this video out, what do I think is going to happen? I'm going to assign a character to each slot, except for one of the Dragon Ball Z movie slots, and I'm sure you guys can figure out why. We have the LR Super Saiyan 4s in this spot. We have STR Kaioken Goku in this spot. We have Tech Grade 8 Vegeta right here. We have Int Namek Goku right here, AGL Full Power Frieza LR. Both of these guys are going to be getting their EZAs. These two are going to be getting their EZAs for the Saiyan Saga. We have a LR Father-Son Kamehameha, a new version of that in this spot. Then we have the Tech EZA Super EZA Supercell. Then we have the Super EZA for LR and Gohan in these spots. In the Dragon Ball Z movies, we have a summonable LR right here, and then we have STR Super Gogeta's EZA and Int Janemba's Super EZA. And then last but not least, for Dragon Ball Super, we have Orange Piccolo / Goku and Frieza and 17. And then in the spots for here, we have the LR Super Saiyan Gods, and then last but not least, a banner unit failed fusion Veku from Dragon Ball Super Broly. So, let me know down below what you guys think for the 10th anniversary predictions. Again, you guys could say like whatever. I think this is a fun discussion and this video was just for fun. So let me know what you think down below. Who do you think the anniversary units are going to be? All that fun stuff. If you did enjoy today's video, don't forget to leave a like, subscribe if you were new, and I'll see you all in the next one.